With me today is a special guest, and we've got him audio only. This is Abe. Abe is with me. Abe, do you want to say hey?
Hello, everyone.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abe, for joining us. As you guys can tell from the description, Abe is a convicted sex offender. His offense was years ago. We're going to talk about all that. And he has graciously agreed to come on my show to talk about the whole process. And what I'm hoping is that we can get to some discussion about the elements of the criminal justice system, in particular with these crimes that are given sort of an increased impact from people's moral standpoint, moral perspectives, and find out how those accusations, those convictions, and all of that aftermath affects people outside of what a court document says. It's real easy to look at a court document and say, this person did this or admitted to this or was convicted of this. Then they were sentenced to this much jail time, and they did this much jail time, and they had this much probation, and then they're on the registry. It's really easy to say that. It's a lot different to experience that and to live that. And so that's what I'm hoping Abe here will be able to help us understand.
There are people that have that. Like, for example, I went to a halfway house where you get to meet all these guys, and you get to hear, oh, this guy did this to this person, and he's only on the registry for 2 years.
Right.
Or they don't even go to prison. They'll just go to a halfway house and then they're gone. So
yeah, and
the main issue. Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay.
So the main issue is okay. Sorry. I'll let you go.
All right. Yeah. So and this is something that you run into, and it's not just in the in like the sex offender context. You'll find this all over criminal law. We have a weird system of determining who goes to prison and who gets punished for what. Like, and it's starting to get better on stuff like weed, but we have people going to prison for growing marijuana, like plants. And then we have people who get a DUI and put the entire public in danger, never going to prison, maybe just getting probation. And so some people would very much disagree with the level of danger between those two activities, for example. So with the sex offender registry, it can be the same thing, depending on the nature of your crime, and not just the nature of the crime, but really a lot of times it's what you plead to. Because in your case, you were charged with 5 different crimes, and had you been convicted on all of them, you would have been in prison for something like 60 years, right? Like it was a
Correct.
big number. And then you ended up pleading guilty as part of a plea agreement to one of the crimes, and the other 4 were dismissed. That happens in other contexts as well. If you don't know, the guy who the Stanford swimmer who was accused of raping that woman, he ended up pleading guilty to charges that were not rape. And they dismissed the rape charges, but there are some people out there who would say that he raped this woman, and maybe he did. You know, we'll never know, I suppose. But what he pled to didn't involve any sort of penetration. So what happened for him is he gets like 6 months of probation. I think he might have to be on the registry.